So let's go to the text functions, okay, and let's delve into that. So maybe I have a customer ID that is separated into maybe the store name, maybe the product number, and the customer ID. Okay, so I want to separate it. Maybe I want to use the store name to do something, or maybe I just want the raw customer ID and I want to use, or maybe I want the product number. I want to separate it. You can use the left, the right, and the mid function to do that. This is basically important when you are cleaning your data. Okay, maybe you want to say extract a specific text or number to use for your analysis, and it's found up in a bunch of numbers or in a bunch of text. You can easily extract it using the left, right, and mid. So let's go into it. So if I want to extract the AB, which is the maybe the product number, okay, I will just use the left function. Now when I use the left function, okay, I will select the text. It's asking me for the text and the number character. Okay, so I'll select the text. Then now I will use indexing, like Excel counts. If it's counting from it starts from 1. So A is 1, B is 2, like that it goes. So how many characters do I want it to return from the left? I want it to return just 2 characters. Okay, so it's A and B, which is 1, 2. So I will select 2, and I'll close the bracket and hit enter. So you can see that it has selected AB for me. It has extracted AB for me. And when I double click on this, it will just fill out for me. Now the right, I want you to extract the customer ID, this numbers for me. Okay, I want you to extract this numbers for me. So what can I do? I'll just use the syntax, which is right. Okay, and when I do it, it's the same process, but this time around I'll start counting from the right. And how many numbers do I want it to return? How many? Is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want it to return 4 numbers from the right. So 4 numbers from the right. It should return 4 numbers from the right. So you first select the text that you want to extract, then the characters that you want to return from the right or extract from the right. Press enter, and you can see that it has done that for me. When I flash fill, it will fill the rest for me. Okay, now the mid, let me change something over here so that you actually know, because it's 0, 0, maybe you may not see the importance of this. Let me make this 2, 0. Okay, so I've made 1, 2, 0. So we are going to use the mid. The mid also extract the middle number. Okay, so the mid, I'll use the syntax for the mid function, which is the middle. Okay, so what text do I want to extract? I want to extract this one. Then start number. Where am I starting from the left? I'm starting from A, B, then the dash, then it's starting from 0. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's starting from the fourth character. Okay, so 4. Then how many am I extracting? I'm extracting 1, 2, 3. I'm extracting, there's 3 zeros in the middle. Okay, so then I'll add the 3 to it. Okay, and I press enter. So you can see that it has selected this 0. Now when I do flash fill, note that this side is 2, 0. So it means that it has picked the middle numbers. It has given it to me. Now let's look at the length function. The length function is used to see the length of your characters in a specific row or column. Okay, so what is the importance of this? Why do I need to use the length function? Maybe you have asked people to give you their phone numbers and you want to spot out which one is not correct. Maybe you're having wrong phone details. You can use the length function. Maybe you know that a typical phone number is 10 characters, but by doing the length function, you realize that some of the numbers are 9. That means that there's a problem with that number. You can also use it for social security numbers, like SNP numbers. You can also use it for like customer ID, like this. Okay, so let me just remove some of the characters so that we can actually have a good insight to what you're doing. Okay, Yeah, so I'm using the length function to spot out bad customer IDs and incomplete customer IDs, maybe due to data entry errors. So I'll use the length function. Then when I use the length function, it's asking me for the text. So I'll just select the text that I want Excel to count for me. Okay, so you can see that now this is 11 characters. When you count, it's 11. Now when I do flash fill, you can see that this is 10, this is 9. So these two are not up to. So that means I have to go and look at it and maybe re-enter it or ask questions as to why it is not so. So now let's go to concatenate. Concatenate is also another term for addition. Okay, so but this time it's used for text. So if I want to add two texts together, I want to add text A and text B, I can use concatenate to do that. So maybe I want to have the first name here, the last name here, and I want to add the name to give me the full name. Okay, I can use concatenate to do that. So let me just go and use the syntax concatenate, and it's asking me for the text text one that I want to concatenate or I want to add is this one, and I'll bring a comma and I'll add the last one, which is asante. Okay, but see what will happen when I press enter. You see that it has combined the names together and it's not looking nice, it's not looking pretty. So how can I fix this problem? Okay, I can fix this problem by introducing a quotation mark in between the first cell reference and the second cell reference. So I can select the Douglas, then I will bring the quotation mark, but I will space the quotation marks so that it actually gives the space. Okay, then now I'll click on I'll type another comma, then I'll add the last name to it, which is Asante. Then I'll press enter. You see that it has separated it. Now I can use flash fill to fill the rest and it will follow. Okay, now you can see that now I want to talk to you about the proper function. Now you can see that when you see Benedetta J, okay, you can see that the B is a small letter. Proper is used to capitalize words, okay. It's so that they will have the same format, so that it looks nice, so that you can see. Most data entry, if you have this kind of errors, that the names may be like this one, Damien is all I didn't spell the Damien well. You can see that Damien is all caps over here. Okay, Damien is all caps over here, but I don't want Damien to be caps. I want it to follow the other things that I'm doing. Okay, I want it to follow the other things that I'm doing. So I'll use the proper function to actually streamline that. So I'll just type in equals to proper. Oh, sorry, I type double P. So proper. So when I select proper, then it will ask me for the text that I want to capitalize or I want to make proper. Okay, then I select it. Then see when I fill it, see what will happen to the Benedetta J. You can see that Benedetta J is solved, is capitalized. Then look at Damien 2. Damien 2 is solved. It has been capitalized. Okay, it's not uppercase, it has been capitalized. Now you look at the Douglas. The Douglas has empty, it has a space before. Okay, it has a space before the Douglas comes, which makes data entry is not looking pretty, and if you are working with this, can actually land you into errors. So you want to remove spaces that is before and after, and especially spaces that are after. You may not easily see it, because if you look at this, you can see that you will not know whether there are spaces after. Okay, like this, you cannot know whether there are spaces after. Okay, which is not, because when I selected the cell, it's actually showing that there's no space after. But there are times that you may not know, you may have thousands of data, you cannot go through each and every one of them. So you may want to trim the data to remove any spaces before and after, and you use the trim function for that. So you just type equal to trim, and it will ask us for the text that we want to trim, and I want to trim this. Okay, so when I press enter, it will trim it. Now look at it, you can see that it has removed the extra spaces. Okay, it has removed the extra spaces. So then I can use flash fill to do the rest. Okay, I can use flash fill to do the rest. So let me just do the function that we call substitute. You substitute one thing with the other. Okay, so maybe the customer ID, and you can do it in one instance or two instances. Okay, so maybe the customer ID, maybe this, I don't want it to be maybe dash, I want it to be a slash, not a dash. Then I can use the substitute to do that. So equal to substitute. Okay, so I want to substitute, it's asking me for the text. Okay, it's asking me for the text. So maybe I want to forgive me for going back and forth, I want to use this text. Okay, then I selected it, so I want to use this text, but I want to so old text, what do I want to substitute? I want to substitute this, the dash. Okay, with what? With the comma. Okay, with the comma. So I'll put that also in quotation mark. I want to substitute, sorry, the dash with the slash. So I want to substitute this with that. Then how many instances? I can see that in the there are two dashes. Okay, so if I want to change this one, I can put one instance number, I can put one, it will just change one of the dashes. But if I want to change two, then I will bring two here. Okay, I'll bring two here, and when I do it, it will change the second instance to 2. And maybe if I want to change the first instance, okay, if I want to change the first instance, maybe the first one to a slash instead of a dash, I'll do it, and you can see that now it has given me the first instance. The second one is the second instance, and this is the first instance. But if I want it for both, then I don't bring the optional instance number. I can actually remove it from there, and it will give me the two slashes instead of one, or whether one instance or the two instances. And when I select it, it will fill it out for all of them that I've done. So these are some of the text functions that you are going to need as a business analyst to sometimes clean your data, make it look nicer, and make it look attractive. So I'll take you through a little of the dates functions. Maybe you have a date, okay, but you don't need the whole of this date. You just want to extract the year so that you can use it for analysis. You don't need all the months. You can actually select the month, but maybe you need the year. Okay, so you can use a date function called year. Okay, when you select year, then you select the date. Okay, it will actually give you the year. You can extract the year for you. Okay, so it has extracted the year for me. So with this, I can use it in a chart to find out trends and other things instead of using the whole date. Okay, so maybe you are starting data entry, and maybe you want Excel to give you today's date. You can actually use the today function to actually do that. So the today function doesn't accept any argument, so it's just bracket, and it will give you today's date. Today's date is 16th of August 2023, and it will give you today's date. So if you are talking about HR and other things, they have network dates that you can use, but maybe in another video when I'm doing a project, I will look at that. But these are some of the common date functions, especially the year function. It's used a lot. I personally use it a lot for maybe employees data to find their birthdays, how many years they are, to extract the age and all those kind of things, and also to find trends in data, how much or how the company is performing over the years. From all the thousands of data entry, I cannot use the date, so I will just extract the year and just use it. Thank you for watching this series. See you in the next video. Please like my video. Please subscribe to my channel.